Caitlin Clark, the rookie sensation taking the WNBA by storm, was absolutely left speechless during a press conference when a bold reporter threw a curveball no one saw coming. Fans are calling it one of the most jaw-dropping media moments of the season, and Caitlin's stunned reaction is going viral. So what exactly did the reporter say? What was Clark's reaction? And what does this moment reveal about her impact on the game, her pressure, and her rising legacy? Buckle up, because we're breaking it all down in today's episode. Caitlin Clark, the Indiana Fever's #1 overall pick, has already built a historic record-breaking college career. The face of NCAA women's basketball, and now the centerpiece of a WNBA revival. But along with all the attention comes constant scrutiny. And after another explosive performance, where she dropped a near triple-double and led the Fever to a hard-fought win, Clark walked into the post-game press conference expecting the usual questions: strategy, stats, chemistry with Aaliyah Boston, and maybe a lighthearted dig about her range. As Clark leaned forward, adjusting her mic and giving her trademark half-smile, a veteran reporter stood up and said this: "Caitlin, when you look at how much you've done in just a few months in the WNBA, breaking viewership records, outselling NBA players in jerseys, and transforming every arena into a sellout, do you ever stop and realize you might be the most important athlete in women's sports right now? And if so, does that ever scare you?" The room fell dead silent. Even the Fever's PR rep raised her eyebrows. You could hear the pens drop. And Caitlin? She froze for a split second. Not because she was offended, but because she genuinely didn't know how to respond. Her lips parted as if to speak. Then she stopped herself. She blinked, looked down at the table, then slowly let out a breath. "Wow," she said. I don't even know what to say to that." After a few moments, Caitlin finally composed herself and gave one of the most heartfelt responses of her career. She said, "Honestly, I just love the game. That's where my focus has always been. But yeah, it's overwhelming sometimes. You hear the numbers. You see the crowd. You realize this is bigger than basketball. But I try not to think about being important. I just want to be the best teammate, the best competitor, and hope it inspires people along the way." There it was. Authentic, humble, and powerful. She didn't deflect. She didn't downplay the impact. But she didn't boast either. Caitlin Clark simply owned her space, acknowledging the pressure, while keeping her identity grounded in her love for the game. And fans online couldn't get enough. Within minutes, the clip exploded on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. The hashtag Caitlin Clark trended for the next 48 hours. Here are just a few of the thousands of comments. "That was one of the realest answers I've ever seen from a superstar athlete. You could see the emotion in her eyes. This is why Caitlin Clark isn't just a baller. She's a leader, a role model, and a generational voice." She didn't dodge the question. She faced it with grace. That's greatness. That's legacy. Even current and former players weighed in. Nafisa Collier reposted the video, writing, "Pressure builds diamonds. Caitlin's just getting started." Sue Bird chimed in, "I've seen a lot of pressers. That was special." So, why did this particular moment hit so hard? Because it wasn't about stats. It wasn't about breaking another WNBA record or hitting a 35-foot three. It was about identity, legacy, purpose. Caitlin Clark has become the epicenter of a movement, whether she intended to or not. She's not just playing in the WNBA. She's changing it. Her games are setting attendance records. Her name is bringing millions of new fans to the sport. And her story is inspiring a generation of girls who now believe they can pack arenas just like the men. But all of that comes with a price. And for the first time, we saw Clark publicly grapple with that reality. Later that night, reporters asked some of Clark's teammates about the moment. Aaliyah Boston, her co-star in the heart of the Fever frontcourt, smiled and said, "I've seen Caitlin hit game winners without flinching. But that question, that caught her off guard. And I think it's good. It shows she's human. It shows how much she cares." Veteran guard Kelsey Mitchell added, "She's young, but she carries herself like a vet." That moment reminded us all how much is on her shoulders and how gracefully she carries it. Sophie Cunningham, never one to mince words, put it this way: Reporters usually asked about threes and turnovers. That dude hit her with a legacy bomb. Respect. This press conference didn't happen in a vacuum. In just her rookie season, Caitlin Clark has already broken multiple WNBA attendance records, become the top-selling jersey across all basketball players, male and female, sparked televised debates on ESPN, Fox Sports, and national talk shows almost weekly. And through all of this, she's faced heavy criticism too, on everything from her race to her perceived cockiness, to even being left off the Olympic team. So when a reporter asked her to reflect on being the most important athlete in women's sports, it was a bold question, but a fair one. And her reaction gave fans a rare glimpse behind the curtain. Past the logo, the stats, and the brand deals, into the heart of a 22-year-old carrying the weight of a league. The media world quickly picked up the story. ESPN's Scott Van Pelt said, "There are moments when an athlete's words become more impactful than their stats." This was one of those moments for Caitlin Clark. Stephen A. Smith jumped on it too. She's got that IT factor, man, and when she speaks, you listen. That girl just showed more poise than some 10-year NBA vets. Chani Agumike added, "I've done a lot of pressers. That question could have derailed most rookies. Caitlin handled it with wisdom beyond her years." Even non-sports outlets like People and Vanity Fair picked up the quote. That's how far Clark's reach now extends. But perhaps the most powerful reactions came from fans, especially young girls and their parents. So, what does this all mean for Caitlin moving forward? More attention, more pressure, more moments like this, but also more respect, more inspiration, more chances to shape the future of women's sports. Because while the reporter's question may have caught her off guard, her answer showed exactly why she deserves that question in the first place. Caitlin Clark isn't just a shooter. She's not just a playmaker. She's not just a rookie. She's becoming a symbol for resilience, for evolution, and for the boundless future of women's basketball. So what did you think of Caitlin Clark's reaction? Do you think she's the most important figure in women's sports today? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, because this season history is happening, and Caitlin Clark is right in the middle of it. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more updates.